Hello, this is just to go over Module 1, a wrap-up of some of the things I noticed in the quizzes, and give you an idea of what you should have taken away from Module 1 going forward. Um, I always go through the quizzes and see what the commonly missed questions were, and if I see a whole bunch of people missing the same quiz question, I take a close look at that question. And in this case, I saw that every single one of you missed the question, so that kind of gives me a red alert that maybe the question was misworded but there was an error in the key. So I went through and I regraded this quiz question this morning. So if you saw your grade last night or early this morning, it might be different than it is now. The question was: a publisher of children's books defines its business as printing books instead of meeting educational needs of students. This illustrates, and the correct answer according to the key was opportunism, but based on Chapter 1 and the information that has been presented to you at this point, I completely understand why almost all of you put marketing myopia. It really is the definition of marketing myopia on page 22 in your text. Business mission statements that are stated too narrowly suffer from marketing myopia, defining a business in terms of goods and services rather than in terms of the benefits customers seek. So I do believe this was an error in the quiz, and I gave everybody credit who answered either B or C. The other commonly missed question, we just had two questions here, that one and this one, that were missed by quite a few people. This one was about the SWOT analysis, and I know that if you've taken Business 110, you've gone over SWOT analysis. This chapter kind of briefly went over it. It is here in Chapter 2, but there's not a lot of time spent on it. I do believe we get it later on, a few chapters down the road, but let's go over what a SWOT analysis is just briefly. This is the question that stumped everybody, or a lot of you. Which of the following can be considered as a business opportunity in the content of SWOT analysis? And the correct answer here was favorable government regulations. And there was a variety of answers, with a large number of you selecting qualified employees. And I wanted to explain why the answer is not qualified employees. When you do a SWOT analysis, you're looking at the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. That's what the SWOT stands for. The strengths and weaknesses are internal to the organization, whereas the opportunities and threats are external. We're looking at things outside of our organization, out in the environment. Qualified employees, that's something that's specific internally to our company. Good production facilities, those are strengths that are internal. Low turnover rates, meaning our employees are happy and they're not leaving, that's internal. The only external factor in this question is favorable government regulations. That's something we have no control over. And so that makes it external, and that's why it's going to either be an opportunity or a threat. In the case of a business, we want favorable government regulations, so it will be an opportunity. So whenever you're identifying anything for a SWOT, pay attention to whether it's an internal factor or an external factor. Quickly, to understand why we do a SWOT analysis, it is a business planning tool. We want to build and enhance those strengths. We want to fix or resolve and reduce our weaknesses. We will always have weaknesses, but we need to reduce the number and kind of try to minimize them. And then going forward, we need to exploit and expand our opportunities and avoid and thwart our threats. When you see a SWOT analysis, this is the formal way it should look. Again, you have things that are helpful over here. Strengths and opportunities, we can all probably agree that those are positive things, and the harmful things would be our weaknesses and our threats. But what distinguishes them is whether they're internal or external. Are they within our company? Are they strengths within our company, weaknesses within our company? Or are they external, things that are in our environment, opportunities and threats, regulations, laws, taxes, competitors? Competitors are going to be in our opportunities and threats. So pay attention to where it would fall in this grid, and hopefully that'll help you moving forward. You'll see this in any business class that you take. And it does go over it a little bit in the book on page 22. Like I said, I think we get it again later in this course. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.